to Doctor Who Exactly, a video log format of me trying to dissect Doctor Who as professionally as I can, which is not very, to be honest. It's all subjective opinion, because in the end, all opinions are subjective. Like seriously, if you've ever said to somebody, oh, what's your subjective opinion? Well, yes. Hello and welcome to Box Standard Doctor Who. Of all the stands, this is the boggiest. Now, we can all agree as like a fan base that every show has outliers in both directions of, you know, what we consider good or bad. And I forgot to do the air quotes the second time around. You know, like how we have certain episodes like Fear Her, which is considered like one of the most poor episodes of David Tennant's run. You've got something like Heaven Sent, which is considered to be quintessential viewing for the Peter Capaldi years. And somewhere in the middle you have things like The Crimson Horror, which is a late Matt Smith episode starring Clara and the Paternoster Gang and that lady from, you know, the Avengers, not the people who fight the aliens and Thanos. No, the British Avengers. Yeah, those guys, yeah. So here we have Arachnids in the UK, which, the name is a bit goofy. It's not like a mortal sin, but you know, it's just a bit of a goofy name. They could have gone with arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia. 8 legs, 2 fangs, and an attitude.
But that name probably got shot down. It's probably a little bit intensely goofy. And the concept is giant spiders. So Doctor Who has done giant spiders before in the past, right? Like the last serial of John Pertwee, which featured giant spiders and speaking in weird squeaky voices, taking control of people crawling on their backs. And in the Peter Capaldi Kill the Moon, which they were giant living blood cells of sorts, like oversized bacteria. I didn't quite get that. They turned into giant spiders with teeth that just had the one cell? Nah, never mind. But here they are just giant spiders. And fair play where play is fair. I mean, for spiders, these look quite terrifying. They get to be giant size, about the size of a cat, and that's not, you know, that's quite unnerving, even if you do like spiders. But the episode in itself is cliche, and I don't want to sound like I'm giving this episode shit, but it's just literally toxic waste makes giant spiders on top of a hotel because the hotel is built on top of toxic waste. Well, bravo, that's stellar. I'm not saying I could write a better plot, but you know, as far as plots go, that's not the most intellectually challenging. I get it, hang on. Family show. It's a family show first, but yeah, I really wish we would have gotten something a little bit more creative than toxic waste makes giant spiders. Now, towards the end, I must admit, they start incorporating somewhat of a real world physics idea behind spiders. A little bit too late, perhaps, if you want to be all super technical about it. But spiders can't breathe like we do, because, you know, the bugs, they're arachnids, they're not insects, because insects breathe differently again, in a different entire manner. But here's the case. For spiders to get to that size, they would need a lot of oxygen. And they address that. It's a part of this episode. So, okay, well done Doctor Who for giving us science in our science fiction. Science fantasy, I suppose. But it's just, you know, it just kind of happens. The episode just kind of ends. They just avoid giant spiders for a bit. Again, they look quite creepy, but you know, for an episode, it didn't do much. So, let's talk about characters. Perhaps we'll get some better stuff out of the characters. I like the characters. I like Jazz's family, but you know, the only thing you get here is that Jazz's family is a little bit more overbearing. They kind of suffocate her and she doesn't get to be all that Jazz. But again, as far as characterization goes, it's a little bit on the thin side for Jazz. You get a far more interesting bit with Bradley Walsh as Graham, because he goes back to his house and this is the first time he's been there since Grace passed away, supposedly. So he starts, you know, imagining her, and it's quite sad. And he gets, you know, a little bit more time with his Ryan, his grandson, and they try to talk it out a little bit more about how they're dealing with this. And this is new. This is a new thing for Doctor Who to do. Then you get Chris North as, I forgot his name already. He is this conglomerate, business-owning, hotel-building guy who's obvious pastiche of Donald Trump. But here's the thing, you can't make a pastiche out of a man like that, played by Chris North, who has, like, redeeming human qualities about him. He comes across as a much more likeable person than, you know, him. And even then, he has a few tirades like, why don't you people do things the normal way and shoot stuff? And it's just... it's so paper thin, it's like, I can't even say like, oh that's bad, because it's just, it's a bit bland. That's this episode in a nutshell, I'm afraid. I mean, it's not bad, it's just very much so okay. I hope that the next episode is going to be a lot better than this one, because Rosa was pretty good, and before that, the Ghost Monument was just okay. I'm afraid we're already nearly on the halfway point. I'm afraid this series might just be okay. And I feel bad because the characters so far have been great. It's just the stories haven't been servicing. So you may or may not disagree. You may wonder why I'm wearing a scarf. It's because it's been like below 10 degrees Celsius and it's actually quite chilly, and I don't believe in putting on my thermostat. I've become my dad. Oh my god. Anyway, leave a comment somewhere down below if you disagree with me. You can. It's a free country. Several free countries. I don't know what country you live in. Social media's all that jazz. I'm not even gonna do that entire spiel anymore. I quit doing the box standard. There we go again. YouTube closing. Do whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you to smash any bells or subscribe. You're a grown human being. You can make your own decisions, dang it. Anyway, please like, comment and subscribe.
Go. I command you, go.
I have come to give you the power you seek.